Imagine if one VAR decision could determine the Premier League title race, while also changing the fate of a relegated team. That is exactly what happened when Arsenal secured a controversial 1-0 victory over West Ham United at London Stadium. In the 95th minute, the stadium exploded when Callum Wilson scored what looked like a crucial equalizer for West Ham in their battle to escape the relegation zone. But just minutes later, VAR ruled the goal out because of a foul on Arsenal goalkeeper David Raya. And from that moment, the Premier League immediately descended into chaos. The controversy became even more heated after a report from ASODS claimed Arsenal had become one of the clubs that benefited the most from VAR decisions this season. Former Premier League assistant referee Darren Cann even called for corner kick rules to be completely changed after the incident. So, have Arsenal really been helped by VAR in the title race this season? Or are people simply reacting emotionally because the decision came at the very last second? In today's video, we're going to break down the major facts and controversies behind the Arsenal versus West Ham drama that once again ignited English football. The 95th minute goal that changed everything. The match between West Ham United and Arsenal originally looked set to end in a narrow Arsenal victory, but huge drama unfolded during injury time when Callum Wilson scored an equalizer following a chaotic corner kick situation inside the penalty area. London Stadium erupted because the goal felt like a potential season-saving moment for West Ham, who were desperately fighting to avoid relegation. 1 point would have been incredibly valuable in their survival battle. However, the celebrations lasted only a few minutes before VAR began a lengthy review of the goal. After a long check, the referee eventually disallowed the goal because of a foul on David Raya. Replays showed Jean-Claire Todibo pulling Raya's shirt while the goalkeeper attempted to claim the ball in the air. At the same time, another player named Pablo also appeared to make contact with Raya's neck area. The decision instantly sparked huge controversy because many people believed there had been physical challenges from both teams that could also have been considered fouls. However, VAR determined the contact on Raya occurred first and was significant enough to rule the goal out. The decision quickly became one of the most controversial moments of the Premier League season because the consequences went far beyond a single result, affecting both the title race and the relegation battle. Arsenal described as one of the clubs most helped by VAR. The controversy grew even larger after a study from ASODS attempted to calculate the Premier League table without VAR decisions this season. The results immediately triggered widespread debate across social media and English football communities. Arsenal were described as one of the clubs that benefited the most from VAR throughout the campaign. According to the study, without VAR, their position at the top of the table would not have been nearly as comfortable. The report even claimed Manchester City would actually be only 1 point behind Arsenal while still holding a game in hand. That means the title race could have been significantly tighter without technological intervention. However, Arsenal were not the only club said to have benefited. Brighton and Hove Albion were reportedly the team that gained the most total points from VAR decisions, receiving an additional 7 points overall. Meanwhile, AFC Bournemouth were projected to move into European qualification places without VAR. On the other side, several clubs were considered victims of the technology. Tottenham Hotspur, for example, were reportedly denied 4 points because of VAR decisions this season. These statistics reignited the debate about whether VAR truly makes football fairer, or whether it simply creates even bigger controversies than ordinary human mistakes. West Ham furious while Arteta defends VAR. The decision to disallow Callum Wilson's goal immediately triggered strong reactions from the West Ham camp. Their manager, Nuno Espirito Santo, became one of the loudest voices criticizing the officiating team. In his post-match interview, he delivered a furious statement that quickly went viral across the English media. "They don't know what a foul is," Nuno said in frustration. West Ham's anger was understandable because a draw would have earned them a vital point in their fight against relegation. With only a few matches left in the season, losing points because of a controversial decision felt far more painful than it would earlier in the campaign. On the other hand, Mikel Arteta defended the VAR decision. According to him, the contact on David Raya clearly blocked the Arsenal goalkeeper's movement and deserved to be considered a foul. The debate quickly became much larger because of the wider consequences. Had Arsenal failed to win, Manchester City could have reopened the title race through goal difference if both teams won all their remaining matches. So the VAR decision did not just protect Arsenal's 3 points, it potentially influenced the entire Premier League title race. That is why the drama at London Stadium felt much bigger than an ordinary refereeing controversy. former referee calls for corner kick rules to be completely changed. The Arsenal versus West Ham controversy did not stop with debates over the referee's decision. Former Premier League assistant referee Darren Cann even called for corner kick rules to be changed after witnessing the incident. Cann is not just any official. He worked at the 2010 FIFA World Cup final and the UEFA Champions League final alongside famous referee Howard Webb. According to Cann, disallowing the West Ham goal was technically the correct decision because David Raya was clearly obstructed while attempting to claim the ball. However, he also admitted that corner kicks have become overloaded with physical battles that are extremely difficult for referees to control. Because of that, Cann proposed a radical new rule. Attacking players should not be allowed inside the 6-yard box before the corner kick is taken. He compared the idea to goal kick situations, where opponents are not allowed inside the penalty area before the ball is played. According to Cann, the rule would create natural space for goalkeepers and reduce the grabbing and wrestling that constantly trigger VAR controversies. He also pointed out that many physical duels begin before the ball is even delivered, making it difficult for referees to determine whether a foul should be given. The proposal immediately sparked another huge debate in England. Some people supported the idea because they believed it could reduce chaos inside the penalty area, while others argued it would remove the physical element that has always been part of English football. Has VAR become the Premier League's new enemy? Since its introduction in the Premier League during the 2019/2020 season, VAR has consistently generated debate. The technology was originally introduced to reduce major refereeing mistakes and create fairer decisions, but in reality, VAR has often become the source of entirely new controversies. The Arsenal versus West Ham incident became the latest example of how a single decision can divide public opinion on a massive scale. Some people viewed VAR as the protector of fairness because David Raya was genuinely fouled, but others felt football loses its emotion when a dramatic last-minute goal can be erased after a lengthy review. What makes the situation even more complicated is that VAR decisions now carry far greater consequences than they did a few years ago. With both the title race and relegation battle becoming incredibly tight, one decision can determine the future of clubs, managers, and even hundreds of millions of pounds in financial value. Because of that, the pressure on referees and VAR officials increases every season. The Premier League is now facing a major dilemma: continue using VAR despite all the controversy, or begin making major changes to how the technology is applied. And judging by the public reaction after Arsenal versus West Ham, the debate surrounding VAR is still nowhere near finished. The VAR drama in West Ham versus Arsenal once again proved that technology does not necessarily eliminate controversy in football. In fact, VAR has now become the center of some of the Premier League's biggest debates. For Arsenal, that decision may become a defining moment in their journey toward a first league title since 2004. But for West Ham, it felt like a punishment that could determine their fate at the end of the season. One decision, two completely different consequences. Now the question is simple but extremely heated. Does VAR truly make football fairer, or has it actually made the game lose its spontaneity and emotion? And in your opinion, should West Ham's goal really have been disallowed, or were Arsenal saved by VAR once again this season? Write your opinions in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more heated football discussions.